Clarissa Burt with EnvelopHer.com, and we are back in our health series with Gerri Kier from Complete Nutrition Alliance. And Gerri is here to talk to us today about the importance of protein in the diet. And I myself, Gerri, as you know, I'm not really a meat eater per se. Some fish, so I guess they would call me a pescatarian, but not really a meat eater. So protein has always been a little bit of a challenge for me. You, on the other hand, had me start with protein drinks. So is there a difference between the protein drink and the actual meat eating person as far as health benefits are concerned?
Yeah, well, you want to make sure that the protein that you take in, especially in a drink, I'm a big fan of pea protein and hemp protein. So keeping it more of a vegetarian, a vegetable type protein. A lot of the whey proteins are really hard, more difficult to digest. And so when you are taking in a protein, like nuts and seeds, for instance, excellent source of protein. But the best way to get the most protein out of it and to easier digest it, you should soak them overnight.
Okay.
And you don't want to soak like a whole big bag because they'll mold.
Now that's the hard bean you mean, soak overnight.
No, you're like almonds, walnuts, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds.
Okay.
You want to soak them overnight. So if you're going to be eating, say, a half of a cup of nuts or seeds, soak them overnight. Pour the water off in the morning, and then you can have those. You want to keep them refrigerated, or keep them if you're driving and traveling with them. Sometimes it takes a little bit of getting used to the texture because it's a little softer. They're not going to be that crunchy hard,
right?
But they're actually easier to digest.
Okay.
And so if you aren't going the meat route, make sure that you're getting in ample amounts of, your fish. That's great that you're eating fish because fish is full of protein and good fat. So you got your good omegas in there.
Right.
And so your nuts and seeds, also excellent protein, excellent fat and fiber in your nuts and seeds. And so put it on your salads. You can have them with celery, apples,
right,
whatever. But you want to have around 50 grams of protein. Now, if you're working out in a day, you're doing a good solid workout, you're going to need to add that because protein is needed to rebuild your tissues. But your body can't do anything with a chunk of chicken, an egg, nuts and seeds. It actually has to turn that. It has to turn it into an amino acid. The amino acid is the building block from protein. So you have to make sure you digest it. It is so important to digest. So a lot of times when individuals are repulsed by eating meat, and say they're a type O blood type, which
right,
are definitely meat eaters,
right,
there is probably something going on with the stomach lining wall. And this is how when we go through the testing, we can see, okay, is there something going on with the stomach lining wall where the body is not allowing the protein to be fully digested? And so we can determine that through testing. But your body is a chemical factory. You're
right,
turning a chunk of chicken, a chunk of meat into, or nuts and seeds, hemp seeds, eggs, whatever.
What about legumes?
You're turning it into an amino acid.
And legumes?
And the legumes, you definitely want those to be soaked. And so, of course, yes, they are a very good source of protein. If you soak them overnight, and we use raw beans here, we soak them overnight, and then we rinse them off really good, and then we soak them again to help break down a little bit better so there's not so much gas and bloating. But the gas and bloating definitely comes from not properly digesting the protein.
Right.
And then it starts to ferment in the intestines. But there are certain things if you eat with legumes, beans, like cheese for one thing, or meat, they won't properly digest. And so that will also create gas and bloating. So that's where incorporating the digestive enzymes in to help you to break those down, because your hormones are carried through the body on proteins. So the fats make the hormones, but the proteins carry them. So the proteins are actually used a lot in the body to rebuild, but then as a transportation system.
Now, you had said something about 50 grams before. Isn't it half of your body weight in protein is what you need to have daily?
If you're working out.
If you're working out, okay.
If you're working out really hard and like physically engaging, but now, okay, Olympic athletes or football players, now they require more.
Sure.
And so it really all depends on your activity level to how much muscle build, muscle tear is happening in your exercise, to how much protein you need. But your body, that is your building block for everything. Protein is so very important. And so definitely making sure that people are getting enough protein in and digesting their protein, and that it's the right source of protein for your blood type. That is a big one.
Yeah, blood types. That could be that should be a whole nother episode that we do. That's a really important one. Okay, very good. Well, I forgot to take my protein shake this morning, and as we're done, I'm going to go make myself one. How's that?
Excellent.
Thanks, Gerri. Thanks so much for being with us. So Gerri, Gerri, at CompleteNA.com. That's how you can find her. CompleteNutritionAlliance.com is another way. Thanks again, Gerri, for being with us.
Thanks, Clarissa.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.